Portland is not a training ground for militarized agents. When the administration talks about using full force, we are seeing what it means on our streets. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past.
That's right.
That is why we are calling on ICE to halt all operations in Portland until a full and independent investigation can take place.
If you haven't heard, Border Patrol has shot 2 more people in Portland. You put, in the case of ICE, masked thugs in the streets with no badges, and all of a sudden they start shooting people. You've got Border Patrol in Portland, Oregon, and they're shooting people. John's got more details.
Exactly. And unfortunately, as of right now, we don't have a lot of details, but we'll tell you what we do know, which is that yes, yesterday, 2 individuals in Portland were shot by Border Patrol agents. Portland famously right there on the border, basically cuts right through Portland, obviously. And in that video, you had the mayor of Portland, Keith Wilson, responding to it. And so the situation is different than the situation in Minneapolis in that we do not have, as of right now at least, any video of what happened. Not like the multiple viewpoints we had in Minneapolis. So we don't even have a lot of eyewitness testimony. We do know what DHS said. So they said Border Patrol agents were performing a targeted vehicle stop in Portland, and the driver attempted to hit the agents with his vehicle. So you can believe that at face value if you would like, and if you haven't been paying attention to the news recently, and maybe it's even true, but so far we only have their word on that. So in response, one agent fired a defensive shot, not at the tires or anything like that would stop the vehicle, but obviously at the driver of the vehicle, which they are trained not to do, but do constantly across America. The driver of the vehicle, they say, this is all coming from DHS, which took a break from tweeting out lyrics from white supremacist songs to tweet this. The driver of the vehicle, Luis David Nico Moncada, is a criminal illegal alien from Venezuela and suspected Tren de Aragua gang member. He illegally entered the US in 2022. Since then, he was arrested for DUI and unauthorized use of a vehicle. He has a final order of removal. And there's a similar sort of message in the second part that talks about the passenger who they say is associated with Tren de Aragua. To be clear, yesterday they said that they were both members of it. They have in the last 24 hours backed off to say they're suspected or affiliated. They were very sure yesterday that these were probably leadership of Tren de Aragua, and obviously that case is changing rapidly. So after the incident, Moncada drove off to an apartment building. Residents in that area have reported high levels of drug activity and crime. There's one resident at the complex, Debbie Rembert, who said the area was so horrible, the shootings and the robberies and the drugs. And so those 2 individuals were later found by police and taken to a hospital, and we don't know since then what's happened to them. Once again, federal authorities will be leading the investigation. Federalism is done. It was only ever there to help clamp down on reproductive rights. The federal government's not interested in working with the states on literally anything else. And so that's what we have right now, Cenk. Maybe it's all true. I mean, maybe they're gang members and they tried to murder ICE with their car immediately after a person was shot for supposedly doing the same thing. Maybe all of that is true, but at this point, all we have is the DHS's word.
Yeah, so there's not enough information on this story. Do I believe the Department of Homeland Security? Absolutely not. I don't believe a word they said. Like they've now gotten to a point where I treat their statements like it's coming out of Israel. No chance it's true. So will we find out the truth? I don't know. Depends on whether there was video or not. I mean, if there was no video in Minnesota, what would have happened? They would have said he ran her over. He has 2 broken. She ran him over. He has 2 broken legs. She threatened to murder everyone. They would have just made up everything. They would have made up everything. They're serial liars in the Department of Homeland Security and this entire administration. So are we going to ever get to the truth here? I don't know. So I don't know what they were. I don't know if they were citizens, non-citizens, gang members, not gang members. I have no idea. And this is the problem with having a government that lies nonstop. So you can't believe a word they're saying. Here's my only conclusion so far of this on this story, which is if you put enough people in the streets that are quote unquote law enforcement, and you have them chase people around aimlessly, eventually people are gonna get shot. And now they're getting shot all over the place. And by the way, this is why not just the left, But independent podcasters, Tim Dillon, Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, all said, what are we doing with these mass deportations? I thought we were gonna close the border and we're gonna take out criminal undocumented immigrants. And now we're in the middle of the country and taking away people's neighbors and grandmothers and aunts. And now in Minnesota, some on the right are celebrating, oh yeah, we shot a woman in the face 3 times. Wait, was she a Nicaragua? No. Was she undocumented immigrant? No. Was she an immigrant? No. Was she a citizen? Yes. Was she armed? No. Oh, she had a van that was turning at 2 miles per hour. Now we've gotten to how it started and how it ended. It started with, let's take out pedophiles and drug dealers who are undocumented, and everybody's like, yeah. And Trump's popularity, by the way, on that was great, right? So no matter what people on the left thought, that was a very popular thing. And I think most people on the left did like it, that's why it was very popular, right? So that's where we started, and now we're at shoot American citizens in the face 3 times. And somehow that has to do with immigration? Yeah, no. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to cause this type of violence. It's almost as if they intend to cause this kind of violence to split up the country and to get us to hate one another and be at each other's throats so they can continue their robbery in Washington.
It's almost like that, because that's what it is. Exactly. And while people are getting shot all over America, Donald Trump had a great cushy meeting with oil executives. And his only regret was that the ballroom wasn't done so he could fill it with oil company executives. Populism is a hell of a thing.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.